We're on? Okay. I'd like to welcome everyone to the May 28th, 2020 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please rise and join me in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board. To my right is Vice President Commissioner Gary Merrill, and to his right in the audience, as small as the audience is our Administrator Mike Frommer. To my left is fellow Commissioner Barb Lewis, and our clerk today is Sarah DeNova, so we can start.
Resolution number 20-446, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from a regular meeting held May 21st, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 20-446. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-447, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then announce certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CMA-PR 0527 and memo transfers in batch numbers MCA-PR 0527.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 20-447. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-448, in the matter of granting the annexation petition from the agent for the petitioner, Michael R. Shade, attorney at law, requesting the annexation of 2.385 acres of land in Liberty Township to the city of Delaware.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Shade, any distinguished
If you have any
visitor?
questions, it's pretty straightforward. These are two adjoining property owners, and one's in the city, and my client, Mrs. Menges, her husband has major health issues. And so
Now's the
this is
time.
first step in her getting rid of some of her land that has to come into the city. So.
Okay. All right, we'll take a vote.
Vote on motion 20-448. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number
Great.
20-449,
Thank you, Mike.
in the matter of accepting the treasurer's report for the month of April 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? I guess just one brief comment. The investment yield Star portfolio is actually held steady. I would think it would continue to go down, but it's right around 1%. So that's good news. We've got a lot of money in there, and it's earning a better return than most other alternatives. So anyway, just a good report, good monitoring. We'll take a vote.
Vote on motion 20-449. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-450, in the matter of approving the sanitary sewer improvement plans for Scioto Reserve Extension.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
There's no one.
You're allowed to take your.
Oh, that's
So
right.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Did you guys already say discussion?
Yeah. Now we're at the discussion point.
All right, Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. So this first plan approval is for the extension of Cherry Glen Drive. We're going to add 14 single-family lots, and it's near the corner of Scioto Chase Boulevard and Home Road.
Okay. Vote?
Vote on motion 20-450. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-451, and the matter of approving amendment number 2 to the professional services agreement with MS Consultants Incorporated for the Lower Alum Creek Relief Pump Station Project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
So this is a portion of the Lower Elm Creek Pump Station project that we have had to add because of the hydraulic modeling effort that we performed to be able to look at getting that Berlin Business Park area to flow down to our existing Alum Creek plant for the near term until we get our Central Alum Creek treatment plant up and running. This actually gives us some additional time to be able to do that. You know, it probably extends us out another 5 years or so. So this project is a trunk sewer that we're adding onto that Lower Elm Creek project. It's probably about an $800,000 construction adder that we would have had to do anyways. It was already in our 10-year master plan. So this is just for the amendment for MS to design that portion.
All right.
Timetable on it?
So we plan to bid this project as soon as we can get the easements wrapped up. We were out in the field this week meeting with a couple property owners.
Okay.
And trying to get those signed. So I'm anticipating a couple more months of back and forth with the easements.
Sure.
And then we should be ready to go out to bid. And it'll be a good year at least of construction because it's a really large project. The force main goes from that Bale Canyon Road near the Freedom Trail Elementary School all the way to our Elm Creek plant. And the pump station itself is very large, so it'll take a good year to construct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, vote?
Vote on motion 20-451. Mr. Goodwin.
Aye.
Mr. Merrill.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany. We got 22 minutes. We can kill some time.
Slow.
Talk really slow.
We could talk golf. Golf is going to be the first sport to restart.
Yeah,
We could talk the upcoming schedule.
I had 2 rounds planned over the Memorial Day weekend, but I decided to put stitches in my finger, so I wasn't able to do that. So
No.
it might have saved me from frustration of golfing. No.
Oh, gee.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Fromer, County Administrator. You know, just to update you, we're, you know, based on the changes last week that the governor outlined, we didn't feel that we needed to make any changes to our emergency operations plan. We were kind of hoping to get what was going to happen because the order expires on the 29th tomorrow, and we haven't seen whether it's extended or not. So at this point, we're not able to, you know, we don't have an update. I think that, you know, we're all anticipating an extension. I mean, with all these requirements of all these restaurants and businesses, you know, to turn around and not continue, those restrictions would seem not likely. So we're anticipating that there would be. You know, people are starting to, you know, you guys have been into different buildings and in the office and seeing that people are starting to gradually bring people back. And I think that as, you know, we want to mirror the stay-at-home orders that stay in place. So I wish I had a better update for you today, but we're still waiting to hear from the governor on the order, and we're continuing with our operations plan. And this week, I think the biggest change has been BMV opened. The day that it opened, I had some pictures sent to me where they were double stacked in the hallway, and so adding more stress to those 15-and-a-half-year-olds that are taking their driver's test.
Oh, gee.
Oh, they haven't? Okay. So, but, and we're also, you know, the application to Jobs Ohio was submitted, and we're awaiting some, they had, Jobs Ohio has had a couple meetings the last couple days, and we're anticipating maybe today or tomorrow, later today or tomorrow, to hear something on that, hopefully, and the minute we hear that, we'll communicate to you guys where that stands, so.
Surprised that the order hasn't been extended yet or modified, or
Yeah.
that is getting awfully close to the end.
Yeah, because the
Guidance.
it was modified last week to make it advisory.
Right.
They modified it to remove certain travel restrictions and the portion that required individuals to stay in their residence, but they did not extend the deadline. All the restrictions that are on the various parts of the economy would seem to, they would want to continue those, but we haven't seen anything that formally extends beyond May 29th. There is a press conference today,
Okay.
so maybe we'll do something.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask. Okay. That's it?
Yep. Not 22 minutes worth.
Yeah, exactly. I'd
Yes.
say it's 3 minutes worth, 4 minutes. Commissioner Lewis?
Well, thank you.
You got-
Let's see
You
here.
got
What-
18 minutes,
18 minutes, all right.
up to 18 minutes.
Oh, okay, I'll leave time for
Commissioner Merrill's
Commissioner.
got a few.
Right, and then you have a few things, right. Well, let's see, we had a go-to-meeting meeting for Bridges Community Action Partnership last night, and we're redoing some of our updates on our safety policy, vacation policy, and investment policies for employees, and also decided to enter into a partnership with Champaign County Chamber of Commerce And they have a school in Champaign County in which they have, and they can use all this cooking equipment to help farmers bring their produce in, and people who are in need actually can learn how to use these, use the cooking machinery. And so we will be paid back for it, but we made an upfront investment of $80,000 on that, and which will be returned. But it was really felt that it would help people in Champaign County. So much of Champaign County is rural too, and they don't have the resources that we have to help people, and so it was a unanimous vote. And that's it for bridges. And we did have our legislative meeting, which one of you can talk about, another Zoom meeting last Friday, which was good because we got to talk about a lot of subjects, and we all spoke up about the necessity of liability coverage for, or liability, I should say, making certain that businesses that are opening and are really trying to do things right have some protection against lawsuits. So we all feel very strongly that they should. And I didn't take up 22 minutes, 18 or whatever, yeah.
All right,
To you.
Commissioner Merrill, you got 16.
Well, I won't be using all 16, but yeah, the legislative meeting, just for the benefit of those watching or listening, monthly we meet with our legislators at the state level, and they kind of give us an update of what's going on at the state level. And all those meetings are always helpful, and it gives us an opportunity to kind of determine what's going on and how it may affect our county. Transportation Investment District met yesterday, so Commissioner Bennett and I both attended that, and brief meeting, but they're staying on schedule, they're moving ahead on several things. The only other thing I have is I have 4 virtual meetings this afternoon. I'm not going to bother to say what they are: 1:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30, and 6:30. So
Oh, that's right, 6:30.
6:30 is regional planning, which
That's
we're all
right.
involved in that one.
Right.
And so it's a long afternoon of virtual meetings. And I'll have to leave the 3 o'clock one early for the 3:30, so I'll play that by ear. Only other thing I would suggest is we could consider going into executive session early, since it's mainly the purpose of the opening the hearing will be to move the
Right, right.
date. So just a recommendation.
After executive, it just can't start before.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Oh,
so
okay.
that'd be my
Yeah,
suggestion.
I was going to suggest that, so I think that makes
Okay.
sense.
And that's all I have.
A lot of the things we've talked about. Legislative update, I think the key topic for me from that, and we're getting some positive indications, is liability protection. Liability protection, there's a bill in the Senate, a proposed bill, draft bill in the Senate and a draft bill in the House, both offering some levels of protection. Hopefully they can be fleshed out and offer some real protection from frivolous lawsuits for the businesses and jurisdictions. I mean, the government's at risk, the various agencies are at risk, nonprofits are at risk, so they really need to come up with something. Regional planning, Central Ohio Youth Center, we had a virtual meeting last week, and that went fine, and that's a very good example of the improvements that can happen from the legislation that was passed when this crisis started, and that is to allow electronic meetings with remote voting. Because there's the annual meeting and then the regular quarterly meeting. And the annual meeting requires directors to drive over to Marysville for
5
one quick vote. And it's just, just not productive use of time, and right now that's allowed to be done electronically, or so virtually. So again, hopefully the legislature will address that and continue that virtual meeting voting in some capacity, because again, it is not efficient, and in many cases. But, see, SEBCO, we had a meeting last Tuesday, I guess it was, talk about the investments and a couple other things. Some good news on the claims, interestingly. The claims were down $6 million in the month of April for SEBCO, which is huge. And that's, again, because there's a lot less activity in the hospitals and doctors and so on. So, and then lastly, I want to mention that the EMS got a Mission Lifeline Award from the American Heart Association. So I want to congratulate Director Fisher's team on just another outstanding award. They've been getting a lot of them. They got the Gold Plus Award for their pre-hospital and cardiac and stroke care. First time they've gotten this higher level award, because they've gotten the Gold Award a number of times. But again, just congratulations to them for their excellent work in the area of cardiac and stroke care. So that's all I have. I think we probably ought to just go ahead and go in executive session, because when we come out, we're just going to continue the one hearing. So we can go do the executive session.
Resolution number 20-452, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment compensation of a public employee or public official, to consider the purchase of property for public purposes, to consider the sale of property at competitive bidding for pending or imminent litigation for collective bargaining.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-452. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. With that, we are now in executive session.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Turn on the machine.
Resolution number 20-452, in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 453. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
And that brings us to our public hearing. Resolution number 20-454, public hearing for the Pither number 377 watershed drainage improvement petition project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-454. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye. Okay, so the hearing is open, and now with all the restrictions that are in place, we are going to continue this to, I think the date is set for September 17th at 10 a.m.
Correct.
So if you could read that motion to continue it.
Resolution number 20-455, in the matter of continuing the public hearing to address the Pither number 377 watershed drainage improvement petition project to Thursday, September 17th, 2020 at 10 a.m.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-455. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Okay, so we don't have to close it, we just continue it.
Yeah,
We're
let's
done with that issue, so now we just, with no other business, we'll adjourn? Okay, no other business, we are now adjourned.
Well done.
All right.
Very good. Very good.